Hello. I'm going to do the daily reading for today, which is Friday, March 22nd. And this is a general reading for all signs. So yesterday's reading was really amazing, really good, and definitely was some positive energy. And today I feel like those things for yesterday are coming true for me, so I'm really excited. So we have the Hermit, which is Virgo, and then we have Strength, which is Leo. So the Hermit is going within, taking time out, things slowing down. And then Strength is obviously being strong. We also have the Infinity sign with the Strength card, which is individual empowerment. The Tower, oh my gosh, another major card. All right, the Tower is things coming down, something that you thought was built on a false foundation. We have the Princess of Swords. She's been coming out a lot too. The Princess of Swords is someone who thinks outside of the box, somebody who makes things happen. Inventor, free thinker, freedom of thought. Let me see. Oh my gosh, it's so annoying when I can't. Let's see. Destruction of something built on false belief. Something that you, all right, cards flipped up, came out, but that's the only one that flipped over. Something destroyed that was built on false belief. So maybe you were thinking, I'll give my example, how I'm relating to this reading is that I was thinking before that things weren't going to happen for me, that things weren't going to get better, that I was going to be stuck in this particular circle of things. So for me, I feel like this is coming down, like those beliefs of things not working out for me and things not happening for me, I feel like those are crumbling away. And I'm feeling stronger that things are going to happen for me, that I need to think a different way, that I need to think a different way. So I feel this is just my interpretation, which I'm trying to give you maybe a different point of view, which is what I'm learning with the cards too, is that there's different points of view. This doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's a relationship that's crumbling and falling apart. You have to look at your life and see how these cards are relating to your life. Maybe this is for you, that a relationship that you thought was really great, or a relationship that you thought that maybe you were going to be together forever and it was going to be stable and you were going to get married and blah, blah, blah. Maybe that is falling apart because it was built on false beliefs, that maybe that other person wasn't who they thought they were. Or maybe you, for instance, changed your mind. You changed about how you felt about that person. So that maybe that could relate to you, that's why things are crumbling down. But I'm just saying that it doesn't necessarily have to mean a relationship. It could be your way of thinking about a certain way is crumbling down. For me, it's my negative thinking that's crumbling down for me. So you have to look at how that relates. And I'm becoming stronger about thinking about the positive. So I feel like for some of you it could be a relationship because the Two of Cups came out, which is two people becoming one. So maybe this, if you're in a relationship, maybe the relationship sort of has to rebuild itself from the ground up, because maybe before things weren't working. So maybe the two of you are going to start communicating more, or going to change those areas that didn't work to become stronger, to become one. That's what I like about the tarot cards, is that it's not, you have to see how it relates to you in your life. It doesn't always mean one set of ways of things, that this is the only interpretation of how this has to happen. Like I've said before, each creator of tarot decks, they interpret the cards the way that they feel, the way that they relate to them. Like if you look at the Strength card from 10 different decks, they're all going to look different. They're all going to have different symbols or different designs or different meanings, different pictures. Because it all doesn't have to be exactly, the basics is there, but you can build on that. And that's what I like about the tarot, is that you can build on your knowledge and your learning and different ways to see things, and you can gain more knowledge over time the more that you see them, the more that you work with them. The Devil. The Devil is the Capricorn card. So the Devil is also unhealthy habits. It's also being bound to someone. You feel bound to someone. I don't feel like this always has to be in a negative way. It can be interpreted that way. I did hear another reader say that she felt the same way, that it's just two people that are bound to each other, that are really connected to each other. It could be in an unhealthy way, but like I was just saying, it's all to your own interpretation. And this is also the Capricorn card, which is me. I'm a Capricorn, so that's kind of funny that popped out. But this also could be unhealthy habits. So as another example for me, it would be my unhealthy habits of thinking negative, that things aren't going to happen for me, and that those negative feelings are going to come down, and I'm going to be stronger, which I have been feeling stronger, and think a different way. That's crazy. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 major cards. I think yesterday we had a bunch of major cards yesterday. So I'm not trying to take over this reading and just make it about me, but I'm just trying to explain different perceptions of the cards. I know that when I first started watching tarot, I was kind of confused about it, and I didn't quite get it, and I was always kind of fitting the cards into the same box. But the more that I've learned about it, like the more it doesn't belong in the box. It's how it relates to you. And that's why sometimes I was like, I would watch a reader, and then I would really connect to that person, and I'd get the messages, and then there would be a while where I wouldn't connect at all, and I'm like, why is this happening, or why is this saying things? Because it's a general reading, it's not always going to be a reading for me. It could be a reading for someone else. It's a reading for the people that need to hear the message. That's what I feel. So each time a reading is done, it's for the people that need to hear the message. That's what I feel. That's my interpretation. And of course, everyone has their own. But I was just sort of giving my point of view on things. But like I said, this could be for someone who is in a relationship. I'm not in a relationship, so for me that doesn't relate to me, and that's fine. All right, we have Four of Cups. Four of Cups is not interested, not hearing it, not listening to it, but you're being offered this cup. You're being offered this opportunity, so you need to wake up. You need to pay attention. You need to hear that offer that's coming towards you. This is boredom. Let's see. So let's see. Let's do one more card, and then, okay, that one went flying. The King of Swords. The King of Swords always has to come flying out. He always, I feel like he always, when I use this deck, I feel like he always needs to come out. He always needs to make his presence known. The King of Cups. The King of Swords is someone who is no nonsense. He's someone who's firmly grounded, who's strong, and he's loyal, and he thinks things through. You have to think about things rationally. Three of Pentacles is working hard. All right. Let me switch to... I feel like whatever this is that has to come down, you're going to have to work hard for that. Work hard to turn that around. Work hard to get to this place of strength and this new way of thinking. And, you know, maybe you need to take some time out to slow things down and to go within and think about things and be rational about your thinking. Sometimes, well, a lot of times, I overthink things. And I drive myself crazy. And it's like, if I would just slow down and be more rational about my thinking, then I really have nothing to worry about. So the Capricorn card could also mean that you're in an unhealthy relationship, and that relationship needs to come down. This relationship needs to start from the beginning because it's not a healthy relationship. So if that relates to you, it's going to take some hard work to turn things around, or maybe you need to leave the situation. And that, of course, like I said, is whatever works for you, what is relevant in your life, and what works best for you. Right, that one went flying. We have the Cross. Let's see. Carrying burden of others and taking responsibility. So taking responsibility to find out what works best for you. Taking responsibility for this unhealthy relationship. For me, it's taking responsibility to these unhealthy thoughts that I keep having, that I'm putting myself into a negative area, saying things aren't going to work out for me. Magnifying glass. Take a closer look. Take a closer look at the positive things. Take a closer look at this relationship. Is this really working for you? Is this relationship worth fighting for and being strong for? All right, let me do one more Lenormand. maybe. The Ring, commitment. All right? Commitment to turning things around, commitment to making things better in your life. All right? Commitment to leaving the negative thinking behind and focusing more on the more rational, positive thinking, having that individual empowerment. It's going to take work. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take work, but it's going to definitely be worth it. So let's pick a fortune reading card. Sun, open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. Does that sum up the reading or what? I mean, that's perfect. Open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. All right? Look how bright and sunny that is. That's beautiful. That's gorgeous. Ugh. Sometimes it just gets emotional for me because the cards, for me, you know, the cards really speak to me sometimes. And hopefully that's what it does for you too. And like I've said before, that's why I started getting into tarot, because it really did speak to me and it really did give me the strength that I needed to keep pushing forward. And, you know, sometimes it is, you know, a slap in the face, you know, like, hey, stop thinking negative. Knock it off. You have a lot of good things coming your way. So change that attitude. Tear that old attitude down. All right? And start moving in have that individual empowerment. Be strong. As far as a relationship, if this isn't working for you and this is unhealthy, take a closer look. Do what you need to do to turn things around. Is it working out that relationship, communicating, working on those weak areas in your relationship to turn that relationship around? Or is it possibly leaving that relationship, taking a break from that relationship, taking some time out from that relationship for yourself to sort things through? Take a closer look for whatever works for you. It's going to take some hard work, but open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. All right. I really like that. I didn't mean to take over the reading and just make it about me. I was trying to give other possibilities, but I was just trying to show other ways of thinking about the cards, which I know I could have really used that when I was watching the cards if someone had sort of explained things a little better for me. So, but hope you appreciated that. I didn't mean to take it over. Hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.